Soul Garden.
Hello, Your Honor, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host of the universe, Christopher Witecki. And for 1 week and 1 week only, my final week of the sale, if you buy a 1-hour reading with me, you'll get a free 30-minute follow-up anytime in 2012. And I'll just drop a little bomb here. You know, your life is going to change right now, and then it's going to change profoundly around your birthday. So if you did it right, you buy a reading now, and then we wrap up again come birthday time. And don't forget, we got a whole garden of support for you and anything your soul might need. We are the soul behind your Facebook, or soul book, if you will. It's called Soul Garden. Come down, hang out with us, and find out what resources we have. We have a lot. It's too much to list. I just have to say, come down and explore and find out for yourself between clubs and information and soul support. There's no place like Soul Garden. Now, where are the Libra races, or the Libra race, or Libra triad, or however you want to put it? Well, the sun has now moved into Aries, which means it is time to look at marriage and partnerships. Over the weekend, I predicted a quantum leap in your understanding of marriage and partnerships. Now, this might have been as quiet as you having breakfast on Saturday morning and realizing, oh God, what did I marry? Right? I've had that. I'll have to go back and look at the planets and when that happened. But I do remember that morning. It is one of those mornings where or it's like, oh God, I married my mother. Oh God, why am I not married? Oh God, I'm just like my mother. Oh God, I love my mother. Too weird. But whatever it is, it's an oh God moment about you and relationships. It's a profound understanding of maybe why you haven't gotten relationships all along. Right? And it might be that, it might be psychological. You might read, codependence, whatever. The point is now, this is all part of the Libra 2.0 thinking. Around your birthday, you will launch Libra 2.0. Libra 2.0 is the new ego you've been working on for 2 years. The new ego that's going to bring truth and justice to your reality. And now that ego is starting to beta test. You're looking at relationships to see if they're up to par of this new Libra 2.0. That's really what I believe is going on. So as we begin on Monday, it's a Libra day. Venus rules the day. Your home planet is playing the tunes. That means that balance and order are the predominant intention of God universe. This means you are feeling pretty lucky and feeling good. Relationships will come back to a balance. So if you end up fighting or having any kind of actual relationship tension over the weekend, Monday is a day where you can bring back peace and order. The moon is in Taurus, so you're very sensitive to your boundaries, but you are feeling a new day opening. Jupiter is at 11 degrees at this point, from 10 to 11. So this is chapter 2 of Jupiter, the new boundaries, the new rules, the new intimacy that you're on approach for, and you're starting to feel that. This soul pyramid will break apart at the end of the week. This is uniting 3 areas. This red line is fear between stepping away from the way you were raised and going on your own with this new thinking and relationships and balance. And there's always fear of doing something different than the way we were raised, Libra is the same way. So you're feeling that. Mars retrograde means you're going to have to go back and rethink some karma. You thought you were done. No, you're not, says Mars. So you're going back and rethinking karma with the Mars retrograde. This is all playing in to one big happy spell. Now on Tuesday, Neptune rules the day, so we're all very spaced out. The moon has now progressed to Gemini. That's good in your case. Emotions are shifting now to theoretical and out of trust issues. So you're feeling stronger because you're in your head and you're theoretical and you're learning. So emotions have calmed down. These 2 blue lines are what I call a diluted yod. Now a yod is an isosceles triangle. We call it God, the finger of God in astrology. I say God's giving us the finger. It's really about God pointing out what you need to focus on. Now, this is not technically a yod because it should come to one point, but it does. Trust me, I know my intuition on how planets work. What this is saying is, as you step into new marriage, you're also rethinking lifestyle, and this is most important on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of the week. So the universe is really highlighting this, and you're theoretical at the same time. Now, don't forget, on Tuesdays, we do have our Soulmart office hours, where Soulmart practitioners come on camera and help out the general public. This is a great way to get things off your chest. It's a great way to get a free little question out of one of our practitioners. Great way to test out what a reading is like if you're new to that whole process. Plus, our community is chatting underneath. And for those of you who have iPhones, we now have an application where you can log in with your iPhone and FaceTime, which is pretty groovy. So come on down and check it out. On Wednesday, it is hump day, and literally hump day is decision day. It's time to make a decision. In your case, you're making some marital decisions. So you might decide after that Saturday morning that, oh, all right, well, let's start to think about this and what the consequences are. So you're making decisions and having to cut away. Strangely enough, Mercury also calling for decisions on the same day, calling for decisions about lifestyle. So it's a lifestyle marriage decision day on Wednesday. Lifestyle marriage decision day on Wednesday. Moon in Gemini still makes you self-reflective, and you're not really feeling the consequences of the decision. So the universe lets you be numb to make a very serious decision, which is kind of nice. Thanks, universe. Then Thursday, Mars rules the day. So you're going to want to act on decisions. Now, for those of you Librans who don't do any acting and just sit there and watch your life burn down, Mars will catch on fire. On Thursday, your life will catch on fire. So if you haven't talked to the hubby or the honey or anyone about all this whole time, guaranteed to blow up on Thursday. These Mars lines, regardless of the status, are fears that you're breaking out of by stepping forward. So to step forward, you're breaking out of the childhood story. To step forward, you're going to have to break out of any fears you have between the way you used to believe and what your beliefs are, or what your religion says about it, or philosophy and belief structures weighing in and throwing in its fears of stepping forward in a new relationship. You never should get divorced, whatever, the shoulds. Don't should all over yourself, and that's what that is about on Thursday. Then Friday, universe does a complete 180. God's giving us the finger this way, then God gives us the finger this way. We've got now another yod. This one a true yod pointing up to Saturn retrograde, and this points down to Venus on one hand, Mercury retrograde on the other. This is a 2-day only yod where the universe puts pressure on what? Saturn in Libra. So now after all these little shifts on Friday, the universe is saying, okay, Libra 2.0, let's make some adjustments. Let's go back. Ego has to change. Ego has to change. Let's say you do decide to change your relationship with a partner, or let's say you do decide to finally get married. Whatever you decide this week about partnership, obviously you're going to have to tell your ego about it so you look cool, right? And you know who to talk to when a hot person walks up. Are you open for business? Are you not open for business? These are complicated. So you're going to update your Libra 2.0 with this yod for 2 days only. Again, facing fears. And look at this. The moon versus Pluto as it moves into Cancer. So emotions shift out of theory and into career. So on Friday, believe it or not, Friday, Saturday, you're thinking about career ramifications of relationship changes. Perhaps relationship changes have all dealt with business partnerships, by the way, which totally qualifies as a way to learn the same transit, not in personal marriage. And if that's the case, it's not till Friday that all catches up at work with you. So that's how I would look at that. Don't forget, on Fridays, we do have SG Live. Carolyn Nagel and myself are live on our webcam radio show, streaming out of the garden at 11 a.m. And right now with guest Burnett Morgan, our Aries Zodiac Director and one of our Soulmart practitioners, we're talking about strength, we're talking about courage, we're talking about how do you muster up inside of you the ability to face these fears and push. How do you use the Aries vibration? So come down and check it out. And if you can't catch us live, well, we are always recording that. Then on Saturday, everything really shakes loose. It's a shake loose Saturday, mostly because the Grand Trine breaks free. First of all, this yod is saying, okay, let's do those final touches on the ego development. It's a Chiron day, so really it's a day of just bringing everything back to order and letting everything fall back to the bottom, so to speak, now that all these changes have happened. The soul pyramid breaks. See, the line between Jupiter and Mars is gone. When this happens, there's a little bit of a spiritual earthquake in each area of the dangling planets I find with my clients. So in this case, your own boundaries get a little rattled on Saturday, and Mars retrograde is your whole spiritual faith in yourself gets rattled. So spiritual earthquakes on Saturday if you did your work. If you have a calm Saturday, I would worry. Sorry, I am using fear to motivate in this case. Then on Sunday, Jupiter rules the day. It's a day to expand. It's a day to step out. It's a day to explore. I think you're starting to feel optimistic and kind of whistly like our tune and feeling like, oh, things can work out. And there is a new day ahead of us, and there's a new day in our marriage ahead of us. This could be people breaking into a new paradigm in your existing marriage too, by the way, if you feel that's possible. The moon moves into Leo, so emotions now shift to social and friends. So it's a great day on Sunday to get social. All right, Libra, that's all I have for your 7-day forecast. I hope I see you online or in office hours or somewhere around the garden. If not, I'll see you back here in 7 days. Until then, live, love, be.